Hey everybody, this is Jim. My channel is primarily Coleus, Jim's Holiest of Coleus, but I like to throw out little videos now and again. I have a few hundred videos, mostly Coleus. I dabble in some other items. Some of my more popular videos that get a lot of reviews and a lot of comments and a lot of views are the Blackstone griddle. And I really enjoy the comments, and I just absolutely love some of um, my primary reason for doing reviews. And if you look through my two or three non-cooking reviews, is I wanted to shoot a practical, everyday, down to earth, working man, middle class guy with family, working, don't have a lot of time, griddle review. And I'm not doing a review on cooking steaks, hamburgers, and stuff. I'm doing a review for people out there who are deciding, hey, should I go with a regular quote grill, or should I go for a Blackstone griddle? I've seen these on TV now. They're starting to advertise them. There's other brands, Camp Chef, but I primarily tried this Blackstone, recommended by a friend of mine, a co-worker I worked for years, Ron. Shout out to you, Ron. Z-Pack, my man. These are really great griddles, really cheap compared to your $400 or $500 or Weber's. But I really got a kick out of some of the comments. And, some people will say, oh, you're being insensitive, or don't get such thin skin and stuff. But I just am amazed at some of the ridiculous comments I've had posted. And I'm going to maybe, bring some of those people out again, because I wanted to post a video on what it's like to really own one of these. And believe me, they're not negative. Everyone, not everybody, but a lot of people who commented didn't watch my video from beginning to end. And right away they said, oh, this is a negative video. What are you complaining about? Oh, of course it's greasy. What do you want? What are you complaining about? You complain a lot. Of course, though, or I get a compliment, comments about people who saying, oh, it doesn't splatter, there's no grease, so what do you expect? And you know what, whatever. If you, again, I posted them on the video, if you have a Blackstone griddle and you don't get splatter and grease on your deck, then congratulations. I'd love to know how you do it. Please send me a photo or a video on how you can griddle pork, bacon, eggs, whatever, and not get splatter all over the place. And it's not that it's negative, and it's not complaining. It's called a realistic, down-to-earth review for people out there who want a real assessment of the difference between buying a griddle and buying, or going back to, or continuing on owning a traditional grated grill. And as spectacular as these are, I mean, you can cook everything on these, and the food tastes really great. It's just endless what you can cook on these compared to a regular grill. And the health concerns, you don't have to worry about flare-ups or anything. So it's a home run. These are really well built, great griddles, but they are a little greasy because you have to use oil. You have to season these. So if you're one of these people who don't like grease, you don't like the smell of grease, and not everybody works in a restaurant, not everybody works in the kitchen, not everybody sits in front of griddles and restaurants and stuff as a profession. There are people out there that don't. So for those of you who are professional griddlers, who work in kitchens all day long with this, you're used to it. It's every day to you. It's not a big deal to you. Don't assume that because I or anybody else is bringing up the inherent greasiness of these types of griddles. Don't complain, or don't state that I'm just being a complainer, or those people are being complainers, because you're used to it every day. So with that said, I just cleaned it off for the season. And this is another reason why I want to do this. This is 2 years now, or my second season. And I know I did a video about a month or so ago, and I got some comments about, oh, it looks rusty. And you know what, I don't, there's no thin skin there. That's another reason why I want to shoot this video out. This is basically, I live on the Jersey Shore. I live 2 blocks from the ocean, got a lot of salt water, a lot of salty air. Things around here that are made of metal don't last long. Rust, salt, you do the math, you know what it's like. So I just cleaned it with water, a wire brush, and a scraper. I got the oil. I went over it. It's seasoned now. I just gave it a good cleaning. And how you do that is with the water. And there's plenty of videos. I'm not going to do a video on how to clean it. There's plenty of videos on how to clean your griddle. But I did hit it with water and let it get up to temperature. Hit it with the water, scrape it all off. This is if your griddle's a few years old or whatever and it needs to be cleaned. I scraped all the fat and grease and so forth. Everything came off with the water, is burned out, and I just hit it with a couple of coats of oil, and that would be considered seasoned because it is a few years old. It's got some coats of oil on it. So this is a well-seasoned 2-year-old griddle. I use it occasionally. I don't cook 3 or 4 times a week on it. But it is, as you can see, this is what it looks like after 2 years of use. It's not gonna look brand new. It's not gonna look shiny and new. It's gonna have weathering, even with the cover. And I have a metal cover. And I looked this back in my video. I have the metal Blackstone metal cover, and I cover it with a vinyl cover over the winter. I leave it out in the winter, but I do have it double covered, and it's still going to get a little weathered. I think I paid $189 for this. This is a Blackstone 28, which is more than enough size for me and my family. So does that look like rust? Perhaps there's a little, but I scraped it down with the wire brush. I don't cook on the sides. It's clean. The cooking surface is wire brushed down. Everything is burned off, and I have a couple of coats of oil seasoned on it. I just let it run it's been cooking now for about a half an hour. So she's nice and clean. She's ready to go for the season. Perfect for me. So this is really a down-to-earth, everyday, realistic, practical review on a Blackstone 28 griddle, 36 griddle, what have you. This is what you can expect. I highly recommend them. Again, I don't recommend you put it on top of a deck. This is a Timbrex, very expensive deck. The grease splattered the first year or 6 months I had it up on the deck, and the grease splattered all around the side of the deck. For those of you who hadn't watched my previous video, so I decided to put it down here. It's not a complaint. I'm not whining. I'm just giving practical advice to people who may be on the fence on buying these, and just a shout out to you guys that maybe if you have a nice deck, you'll not do what I did and ruin a nice deck. Yes, you can put pads down and so forth. You can do whatever. What I like about the newer version is the rear catch basin. The earlier ones had the grease rail in the front. This has the rear catch slot, which is really great. You can see all that water. And again, get these on eBay. They're aluminum drop-ins for the grease catch, and it makes it so easy to clean up at the end of whatever you're cooking. You let it cool down, the grease cools, you fold them up, you put them in a Ziploc bag if you don't want them to get all over your garbage can, and you throw them out. It's so easy. So this is basically 2.5 years Blackstone 28. I don't have the time to come out here with a can of WD-40 and polish it all up and make it look like new. If you're like me and you have a family and you're working a job and so forth, and you have all your other responsibilities, you know what I'm talking about. So I hope this realistic, everyday, working man's, working woman's review helps out. And again, I highly recommend these Blackstone griddles. They really cook well. Whatever, again, I'm not a professional cook. I'll use it maybe twice a week, and whatever you put on it, it really cooks fast. I mean, burgers, hot dogs, burgers, whatever, chicken breast, they sear. It cooks so quickly. So I highly recommend it. But got to clean it. It's a snap, the water, wire brush, and your spatula, and you're good to go. All right, so looking forward to any comments, questions, and I hope you you've watched this review to the end. And all positive and negative comments are welcomed. Okay, hope everybody enjoys your summer. Hope everybody is staying safe. And thanks for watching.